It's an all-new episode of The Good Stuff. And today, something huge is happening. Mary's got a major announcement, and trust us, this one's been years in the making. Then, stylist Antonia Fifi is making your summer style a breeze with effortless must-haves you'll want in your closet now. And get ready to entertain this summer with Cypriot-inspired meals made to impress without the stress.
This segment is on fire today.
Literally!
Plus, Lilly Singh is back, and she's stepping up to the board in another round of Pictionary. It all starts right now.
Have a seat. It's going to be a good day. Now, today is a very exciting day here at The Good Stuff because we have a little bit of an announcement to make. Now, as many of you know, I got my start on season 3 of MasterChef Canada, and I'm very excited right now. And it pretty much totally changed my life. I've always loved cooking, but from the moment I stepped into that kitchen, it was kind of like I found my place. Sure, before every single cook, I kind of was convinced that I completely forgot how to boil water. But as soon as that clock started, I was off to the races, and it turned out pretty okay for me in the end. First trophy ever won. I was always a participation ribbon kid, so it was very exciting. But life for me is about to come full circle. I am absolutely thrilled to announce that I've been invited back to the MasterChef Canada kitchen, but this time I won't be cooking. That's right, I'm gonna be the one tasting the food as one of the judges on the I feel like I'm all confetti-y and it's great. Well, now I'm feeling very nostalgic, so why don't we head to the kitchen and get cooking? How's that sound? Okay. All right, I am feeling very excited, clearly. I have about 1,000 pounds of makeup from here to here because I get really red when I'm excited. But I cannot wait. This is going to be so much fun. But when I competed on MasterChef Canada, I celebrated summers up north with my finale dessert. I wanted to capture the flavors of our drive up to the cottage as we stopped at those roadside fruit and veg stands to pick up fresh Ontario produce. My personal faves have always been corn and blueberries. I'm very excited about them. I love those flavors on their own, and I really love them together. Now, for my finale dessert, I did a beautiful financier, which is like a French pastry, very fancy, but I added the flavors of corn and blueberry in there. I also made like a corn buttermilk ice cream, this brown buttery crumb, a delicious blueberry sauce. It was really, really tasty. So today I wanted to share a version of that recipe, but we're gonna make a corn and blueberry financier cake. So it's a lot easier. So don't worry about it. You can do it even if you're not a master chef. And it's really, really, it's super tasty and wonderful, and it celebrates the season. So to get started, we need to make some brown butter, because when you are making a financier, the main kind of flavor component is brown butter and almonds. So I've got a pot here over about medium heat, and I'm gonna add in 3/4 of a cup of unsalted butter. Now, when I used to write recipes, like a while ago, I used to always say unsalted butter or salted butter. Now I usually don't care. Use whatever butter you have, but when you are browning butter, you actually do want to use unsalted. Because what's happening here when you brown it is that butter melts down over medium heat. Then it starts to foam up. A lot of that water content is cooking off, so you're actually concentrating the flavor of that butter. And if there was salt in it, you'd be concentrating that salt too. So use unsalted butter here. You want to cook that down just until it melts and starts to foam up and then get brown. That should take anywhere from like 3 to 5 minutes. But like with anything brown butter, don't not pay attention to it. This is not the time to go watch The Good Stuff with Mary Berg. This is the time to basically just stand here and be like, okay, what's going on? When you're making brown butter, you wanna obviously look for those brown little specks that are absolutely delicious, but you also wanna listen to it. It kind of gets quiet when it's turning brown. It goes from kind of sizzly and poppy to nice and quiet. Once it gets quiet, you know it's getting brown. So while that does its thing, again, you're gonna keep watching it, but I'm gonna move on to the dry ingredients. But we're gonna mix up those dry ingredients. So in my bowl here, I'm gonna add in half a cup of white sugar. This is a cake after all. So obviously with that half cup of white sugar, we're gonna add in a quarter cup of brown sugar, just for some flavor. Always a good thing. Pop that in. And anytime you're measuring brown sugar, you kind of want it to look almost like a sandcastle. You press it in a little bit so it stays nice and together. Then into there, we're gonna go in with some flavoring. So that classic financier is an almond-based cake. So I'm gonna go in with some almond flour. So almond flour is just ground almonds. You can get it pretty much at every single grocery store now. You want 6 tablespoons of almond flour, or also known as a quarter cup of almond flour plus 2 tablespoons. So I'm gonna add that in. I hate the measurement 1/8 of a cup. It doesn't make it, nobody owns an 1/8 of a cup. So I'm always like tablespoons. 2 tablespoons is an 1/8 of a cup, so we're good to go. All right, now into there, we're also gonna go in with some cornmeal. Cornmeal is gonna bring, again, that kind of corn flavor, a little bit of corn breadiness as well. But again, it's gonna celebrate pretty much my favorite thing about late summer, which is corn on the cob, because it's so good. So that's gonna go on in. Then we're gonna add in half a cup of all-purpose flour. That's gonna bind everything together, because right now that's just tasty, but it's not gonna kind of hold. For a little bit of lift, we're going in with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder. This is actually a pretty heavy cake batter because of that cornmeal, because of that almond flour. So this is gonna give it that beautiful lift. Then about 1/2 teaspoon of salt's going in there as well. Then I'm gonna zest over a lemon. Now the lemon, I just love the flavor of lemon and blueberries together. Lemon, blueberries, and corn, to me, just makes sense. So, so good. And a financier, I wanna it kind of sounds like a banker. Do you know what I mean? And it's actually kind of named after bankers. So this little French pastry was invented, I believe, in the 17 or 1800s. It was this bakery that was just down the street from all the big banks in Paris. And his main clientele were bankers. So he made these cakes that looked almost like little gold bars. Typically, when you find them in a French pastry shop, you're gonna find them in little rectangles. They're golden brown, they're super tasty and wonderful. But I do not have a financier pan at home, and I can bet that you do not either. So we're gonna do it as a cake. It's gonna be perfect. All right, now I'm gonna whisk that together just until it's nice and combined. Traditionally, you wouldn't put that cornmeal in there. It would just be more almond flour. You could totally do that as well, but I love this flavor combination. And then we're gonna go check on that brown butter. I don't think it's probably done yet. No, we're still at the melting stage. This would come up, get nice and foamy, and then it would kind of settle down and get nice and brown. But since this is television, I have a pot of brown butter right here, which is always a dream. You're looking for those little brown bits at the bottom of the pan, if you can kind of see them. Super tasty, really delicious, and golden brown. So what I wanna do with this warm brown butter, even hot from the stove, is dump it all right into here. This is unlike any cake you've ever made. We're dumping that right on in with those dry ingredients, and don't forget to scrape out all those little browned bits, because that's just kind of like the toast of the butter world. Super tasty. Give that a good mix together. And while I'm combining this, once it's combined, we're gonna set this aside for about 5 minutes just to cool. Then I'm gonna add in the rest of the ingredients. But we're gonna take a quick break, but when we come back, I'm gonna finish this cake off.
Next week, we're starting your week off live. Monday, Vijaya Selvaraju shares her smartest tips for making the most of your next wholesale shop. Plus, we're catching up with Canadian White Lotus star Charlotte Levant. And Tuesday, it's a thrift flip face-off when design expert Leanne Allaire-Perot and stylist Alexis Hans go head-to-head with just $100 to spend. Who can upcycle their finds into the ultimate makeover? That's next week, live and all new on The Good Stuff.
Earlier on in the show, I am thrilled to announce that I'm going to be a judge on the upcoming season of MasterChef Canada. Very exciting. I feel like I had to put my judge outfit on. Now, in honor of that, I am making a recipe inspired by my finale dessert. This is my blueberry corn financier cake. Now, a financier is typically like a little French pastry. It's a rectangle, super yummy, but I wanted to do all those flavors in a cake because pretty much everyone owns a cake pan, and cakes are easier to share, which is always a dream. So before the break, we made up this beautiful batter that has brown butter in it, a little bit of almond, some cornmeal for that corn flavor, but it's not quite done yet. We're gonna go in with some eggs, but we're just gonna use egg whites. This is actually a relatively lean cake, so as as opposed to using whole eggs, we're just gonna go in with 5 egg whites. Now, this is a cake that you wanna make maybe on the same night you're making carbonara, because you're using those yolks in something else. Save those definitely, and you will be in for a treat. Now, into there for a little bit more flavoring, I'm gonna go in with about half a teaspoon of some vanilla. We love a vanilla extract. I'm a free pourer. Now, I will say, I'm about to free pour almond extract, half a teaspoon. Don't try this at home. This stuff is way stronger than vanilla extract, and if you go overboard, it is very overboard. But let's see if we can do it. There you go. That's a half a teaspoon. I'm feeling good about that. That's how I live on the edge. I'm very type A, very boring. Pouring almond extract and a low cell phone battery. Those are me living on the edge. All right, now, in addition to all these flavors that I love so much, I have to add my very favorite flavor, but I don't have a pocket today, so my friend Joe made me this little tiny pocket for my nutmeg. Can you even deal with how cute this is? Look at this. Perfect size for a little nutmeg. We got it, yeah. We love it, so good. She also made various colors so they can match the outfit or the vibe of the day. It's a good thing. All right, just a little bit of nutmeg in there too is gonna give really, really nice flavor. Nutmeg is great because it works with savory cuisine, but it also works really well in sweets, obviously. But it's got a little bit of a lemony flavor to it, so it plays off that lemon zest that's already in there really, really well. So I'm just gonna give this a good whisk together. And this is a relatively sandy batter. It's kind of more like a blondie batter than it is a cake, but you're gonna give it a good mix together. Those egg whites bring everything together nicely. But since this has cornmeal in it, this is actually a tip even if you're just making cornbread, you actually wanna set this aside. If you set it aside for an hour in the fridge, that cornmeal will hydrate a little bit and give you better texture on your cornbread. You know when you make cornbread at home and sometimes it's like dry? That's because you haven't set it aside. If you give it a minute, it will come together beautifully. So that batter looks tasty. I'm gonna pop that in the fridge though. An hour, you could do it overnight as well. Then you end up with a batter that looks something like this. Nice and firm, super tasty. Again, kind of almost like a blondie or a brownie batter. So now I'm gonna pop that into my prepared pan. I've got a 9-inch cake pan here that I've greased with a little bit of nonstick cooking spray. If you wanted to here, you could scatter in a little bit of cornmeal or those ground almonds for a little bit of extra texture, but I'm just gonna go in as is. Now, typically this is piped into a mold, but I'm just gonna lop it in there because this works perfectly. You just want to spread it out. It's a really dense, delicious cake, but it bakes up super fluffy and wonderful. Now, for the blueberries, because we've got that flavor of corn, that kind of Northern Ontario summer vibe. We've got some people from Muskoka in the audience today, actually. This is inspired by my drives up to Muskoka into Gravenhurst, where my family cottage is. So fun. Okay, we're also gonna add blueberries. If you ever find yourself in Gravenhurst, Ontario, there's a lady, we call her the Blueberry Lady. I do not know the actual name of her company, but she has amazing blueberries right by the wharf, so hit her up, definitely. I'm gonna go in with about 170 grams-ish of fresh blueberries, and you can press them in a little bit just to make sure they're slightly submerged. Then you wanna pop that into a 350-degree oven for about 30, 35, 40 minutes, just until it's golden brown, risen up on the sides, and nice and tasty looking. Once that's done, you get a beautiful summery cake that looks something like that, which is so good. I'm gonna slide that onto my cake pedestal. Now that as is, if you're having people over for tea or coffee, go for it. But anytime I'm making a dessert and you wanna feel a little fancy, icing sugar, always a good thing. You got a crack in your cake, icing sugar. Something's not working out, icing sugar. It makes everything better. So just a little bit of that right on top. And you are in for an absolute treat. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay, I'm gonna go in for a little bite because I can't resist. The beauty of this cake is the edges get really crispy and golden brown. The middle stays nice and fudgy and dense and delicious. But it is the most perfect Frenchy cake ever. Super moist, really tasty. Honestly, I'm very excited about it. Okay, I'm gonna just have a bite because that is so good. Oh my gosh, it's so much better than you think it is. It's such a good cake. But in case you were wondering who my fellow judges are, we thought we'd put them in the hot seat. Check it out. I am here on the set of MasterChef Canada, and I'm here with my fellow judges, Hugh Acheson and Craig Wong. How are we doing, fellas?
Good, super pumped.
Yeah, I'm feeling good about it. Now, since we are a new team of judges, I thought we'd get to know you a little bit more. So we're gonna play a game we like to call Hot Seat Minute. All right, can I get 1 minute on the clock, please? Okay? Hugh, first restaurant job.
Dishwasher.
First dish fail. Have you never failed?
I saw somebody put salt in the creme brulee once.
Oh boy, but it wasn't you?
Nope.
Okay, there you go. Your first dish success. Like big wow moment.
Oh, I'm too old for that.
Okay. First celeb chef crush. Any of those?
No?
Mine's Ina Garten. I love it so much.
I love Ina.
Cocktail, favorite cocktail?
Probably a gin martini.
Delicious. Olives, what are we doing?
Olives.
Okay, fantastic. Your go-to condiment?
Probably sriracha.
Oh, delicious, delicious. If you could only take one kitchen gadget to a desert island, what would it be?
A knife.
A knife, honestly, good for protection and cooking. Fantastic. Sweet, spicy, or savory?
Savory.
Nice. Oh, okay. That was a thrilling sound. All right, Hugh, the tally is in. You answered 8 questions in a minute. Honestly, pretty good.
That's pretty good average.
Yeah, pretty good average. But we have Craig Wong, who's a very competitive person, I've learned. How are we feeling about your chances?
I could beat it.
Okay, here we go. All right, Judge, start the clock. And by judge, I mean timer. Now, name your favorite hot pepper to work with.
Scotch bonnet.
Nicely done. Most used kitchen utensil.
Mixing bowls.
Nice. Cilantro or cilantro? No.
Cilantro.
Okay, right on. Most utilized kitchen utensil.
Ooh. Tasting spoons.
Oh, that's a good one. Name your dream foodie destination.
I love Tokyo.
Okay, fantastic. Tea, coffee, or water?
Water.
Well, nice. Most preferred kitchen appliance?
Stove.
Stove, fantastic. Cake or pie?
Pie.
Nice. What's your go-to late night snack?
Burritos.
Love a burrito. Do you ever? Oh, I'll talk to you later about this. Chips or popcorn?
Chips.
Chips. Sundae or milkshake?
Sunday.
Okay. Burger, hot dog, taco, or shawarma?
Shawarma.
Okay. Nicely done. Preferred meal of the day? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
I like eating dinner for breakfast.
And I like breakfast for dinner. Scrambled, poached, sunny side, or omelet?
Scrambled.
Scrambled. Nicely. Oh my gosh. With a resounding 14 questions answered, Craig Wong, champion of Hot Seat Minute. Nicely done, gentlemen. Guys, that was a hoot and a half. Listen, a big thanks to Craig and Hugh. It's going to be a really good time. Keep an eye out this fall for the brand new season of MasterChef Canada on CTV. We got to take a quick break. I'm going to eat some more cake, but we'll be right back.
Coming up, stylist Antonia Fifi is making your summer style a breeze with effortless must-haves you'll want in your closet now. That's coming up.
With some of the summer's essentials. Hey, Antonia, how's it going?
Amazing, thank you.
It's always such a pleasure to see Antonia, isn't it? Oh, I'm thrilled. Okay, so Antonia, what is your key for things that we should have in our wardrobe this summer?
Okay, I want our summer style to reflect the weather. So it should be bright, we want it to be colorful, full of pattern, a little bit of whimsy and fun.
Oh, I like this, and you're the perfect person for this. I'm feeling good about this already. Now, if you like any of these looks that Antonia is going to show us, just scan the QR code on your screen. Let's start things off with the first summer essential on Matty. Come on out. Matty sits right near me upstairs. Yeah, in the office. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So I want to start with just a great shirt dress, right? Really easy to walk about in, nice cotton dress, cool for the weather. Done this in a stripe, and I really love to play on mixing prints and patterns, and I feel like we can then add another summer essential in here, which is a patterned beaded bag.
Oh, I like this.
Right? We want to have fun because finally it's bright outside, right? Okay, and then the jewelry is really playing on the print in this bag. We have some earrings that are by Coco Vintage, black-owned, woman-owned brand.
Nice.
And then, right, we love that.
Yeah.
And then on her wrist, of course, we can see that the bracelet there is matching set.
I love this.
And because sometimes I like to add a little chunk, make make it just a little more sort of serious and not as whimsy, you can layer that, and I've layered it with a bracelet, one by Biko and one by Evan Ivy, both woman-owned Canadian brands.
Nice, that's amazing.
And then on her feet, another really great tip is that inverse prints are always going to work.
Okay.
So this, you can see that the shoe, right? The stripe here is sort of the inverse of what is happening on the dress.
Yeah.
Hence, they work so beautifully.
I love this. And the shoe kind of almost looks like lined paper. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I really like this.
You want to write on it?
I do. I'm like, this is excellent. Maddie, you look wonderful. Thank you so much. I love the lemon look. It's so cute.
So Amalfi Coast.
Oh my gosh, so good. All right, let's see your next look on Chin. Come on out. This is pretty. Ooh, Chin, I like this.
Okay, so the mixing print here is a little less subtle.
Yeah.
Great way to do that. A stripe is always going to work really well with a print once you have similar colors within your print. Hence, this works so beautifully. Again, summertime, so we want to add some fun, some whimsy. I've added a belt here that has a little bit of that raffia. And on the buckle, you'll see that we have more of those colors coming in. Hence, a lot happening, but working really well together.
Oh yeah, you see the little bit of the corally kind of matching.
Right? So
doing it.
cute. And then the earring, again, adding those sort of summer textures. This is by Tweak Boutique, Black-owned, woman-owned Canadian brand.
Stunning.
Love to support them. And our summer essentials, we're gonna add this really cute bag that I got when I was in vacation in the Bahamas. And that's the tip, you know, you can find things when you're in the markets, when you're, vacationing for summer, you find things in the markets that you would purchase in stores here for hundreds of dollars.
Yeah.
So there's such great finds that really add a lot of personality.
And that's one of those purses that everyone will ask you where you got it, and you get to say, I got it in Bahamas. Which is always cool. Chin, thank you so much. You look beautiful. I love the Oxford shirt tucked in. It's such a good look.
Oh yeah, works with everything. Just
Classic.
shakes everything up.
100%.
Absolutely.
All right, let's check out your last look on Yvonne. Come on out. Oh, that's pretty. Oh my gosh, this is so cute.
So beautiful,
Yeah.
right? Okay, so another summer essential. You want a really fun printed midi dress.
Yeah.
Okay, and then again, summertime. So I added these like lobster and papaya, and I want to say pawpaw because we say pawpaw in
Okay,
Trinidad,
yeah.
but papaya for your sake.
Yeah.
Earrings that again draw on the print within the dress, and on her feet. You know what? Forget about leather and black and white that I give you all the time. It's summertime, so we're gonna add a little bit of color in there.
Yeah.
And you can see that it doesn't need to be an exact color that we've pulled out of the dress, just something that complements it.
Yeah.
Now, another essential for summer, because we're going in and out of, indoors and outdoors, we're gonna add a little denim jacket, right?
so cute. Oh,
Right,
I like
this one
the
is
little
cute with a
shorty
cap sleeve. And when you don't want the denim jacket, it's going to fit perfectly into another essential,
So
a
smart.
shopper bag, right? In this straw.
See, I love that, because then you get a little hot, you can take it off, shove it in your bag, no one will know. Absolute dream. I
Double
love these
duty.
earrings. This is such a good look, Yvonne. Thank you so much. You look beautiful. Antonia, as per usual, you crushed it.
Thank you.
This girl, she killed it. We gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Up next, get ready to entertain this summer with Cypriot-inspired meals made to impress without the stress. That's up next.
When it comes to entertaining, low effort, big impact, and totally delicious is my jam. Here with recipes from her debut cookbook that will wow a crowd is food stylist and photographer Irene Matys. Me too.
so long.
Love this woman.
I love this woman.
She is an
Sure.
absolute delight. She is joy personified.
Times two over here.
Well, I have to say, absolute huge congratulations on this absolutely stunning nice Cypriot table, Mediterranean recipes for gathering, sharing, and savoring. Now, Irene, you are a beautiful soul. You are a humble person.
Thank you, Mary.
So I'm going to brag for you for a second, if you let me do this.
Brag ahead.
Okay.
I'm not gonna complain. She can brag.
This cookbook is so stunning. But not only did you write every recipe in here, you wrote so many stories and photographed and styled every single recipe. Can you even? That is like a feat. Irene, tell us a bit more about this book.
So this beautiful book was a 3-year labor of love, and it is my Cypriot and heart and soul in every pages.
Yeah.
But it also celebrates my Canadian roots as well.
Yeah.
So it's a legacy to my beautiful daughters, my grandchildren, and generations to come. But it's also an inspirational book for all of you to hopefully inspire you to embrace your culture and your identity here in Canada, because we're very lucky.
We really are. Irene, that's absolutely stunning. I can't. If you want to feel like you're on a trip here, like get this book. And then you get to eat delicious food at the same time. All right, we're going to be making a few recipes from this stunning book. And we're going to start off in a very exciting world. What are we doing over here?
Can you smell that?
I can smell it, and I am hungry.
Who does not know about halloumi cheese?
Halloumi is the cheese of the moment right now.
Oh my goodness, it is the best ever. And today you're very lucky, Mary, because you're getting homemade halloumi cheese.
No way!
Yes, you are.
Okay.
You're getting homemade halloumi cheese. And we are going to make halloumi saganaki. And I can smell that, so I'm just gonna
give it a flip.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna get it nice and crisp. Look at
yeah.
that. So we're gonna get that going.
Excited.
So while that is crisping, we're gonna talk a little bit about our halloumi cheese. So this is a twist to the Greek version, the saganaki. So you need to cut it in half because it's very thick. So you want it to get it melted.
And halloumi always comes kind of in. It looks like when you cut it, it looks like a pair of culottes. You know what I mean? Like it always comes like a little two-side. That's amazing. I love that. Okay, so we've got it nice and floured.
So we want to get we get it nice and floured. You want to have it a little bit wet when you flour it, so the flour will stick.
Totally.
Okay. So we've added some olive oil. I'm just going to wipe my hands here. We added some olive oil. I'm just going to add a little bit more to the pan because we need to get that
just
really
kind of going
on fire.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Who has ordered saganaki before? Anybody? We know. Okay, so we know what we're going to do eventually.
Oh,
it's a team effort, saganaki, for sure.
This segment is on fire today.
Literally. All right, so we've got that beautiful cheese. And then what do we have here?
We have the traditional olives. These are they're called as yestakitstes, which are cracked olives. And this is my mom and dad's love story. Yeah. This is how they met in Cyprus.
They met over olives.
Over olives.
Okay.
My grandfather, Christopher, was a olive farmer, and my mom's parents had they had a farmer's market, and a friend had dropped off olives, saw my mom, and said, she's beautiful, she needs to marry Nick.
Okay.
And here we are.
And then
this is why I'm here today.
And now we have a beautiful book to cook from. Okay.
Okay.
Here
are we ready, Mary? So we have some Greek brandy, and this is what's going to give us. So we need the audience and everyone. We need to hear the biggest oppa, the loudest oppa to make the cheese cook.
Are we ready?
Okay.
Okay, we're going to add in that boost.
Okay, ready?
Okay, we're adding it in.
Okay, Mary, go.
Okay, and everybody, 1, 2, 3.
Mary!
Good job, Mary! So we're going to turn this off. We didn't even be on the brandy, my friends. What an absolute delight.
So we're just going to
go in with the, the
lemon juice just to put the fire out.
Listen, if you have people over and you do this, first off, lean back.
And this is great. You know what? This is for outdoors.
Yeah.
Like we're gonna take it off the burner here.
Burner, cool.
It's great for outdoors. You know what? We can just bring it over here.
Oh yeah, it'll go out. That's how fireworks.
Okay.
Beautiful.
There we go. And we're gonna finish, because we're Cypriot, we use a lot of mint, so we're just gonna finish it up with mint.
Oh my gosh, this looks stunning. And what's in the olives? We got some coriander seed.
Garlic, olive oil, and lemon.
Oh
so
my gosh.
There we go.
Irene, I am so excited right now.
We're just gonna cut a little piece here.
Oh,
I just need this here.
little guy.
There we go.
Okay. This is so much better than when you go to a Greek restaurant. This is Cypriot.
It's gonna be a little boozy, Mary. So just take your pita. You don't need a fork.
Okay.
You grab an olive and you grab a piece of halloumi cheese.
One of these.
And you enjoy, Mary.
Okay. This is really hot. Okay, cool. Well, I'm going on this. I'm gonna eat this in a second. What are we making here? We gotta have something sweet.
Well, I'm paying tribute to my Canadian roots.
Yes,
and
you
what's more Canadian than the butter tart? And have the olive, Mary.
Let's go back for this.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Y'all. Oh, it's so squeaky.
It's squeaky.
And she's a little boozy. This is a good one. I love it.
It's a great day, Mary. So I have put together the Cypriot flavors and the Canadian butter tart. So we're making baklava butter tarts.
I love this. Okay.
So we have some butter and brown sugar. We're gonna add, of course, the famous Canadian maple syrup.
I'm gonna grab you a whisk.
Okay. We're gonna get some vanilla. We're gonna get some cloves, which is the aromatics for baklava.
Oh, I love that.
We have some cinnamon. I'll get you to do that.
mixy
We're gonna
mix.
crack some eggs.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, here we go, my cracking skills.
I know, cracking an egg on TV,
geez.
very risky.
We're gonna do
nicely
this.
done,
We're
nicely
gonna
done.
do this, Mary, really quick, 'cause
Nice.
we want to get these butter tarts in
Ready
the
to
oven.
go. Okay, so we've
we're
got
throwing
walnuts?
walnuts and almonds.
Oh,
so can you
beautiful.
smell the flavors, Mary?
Do you know what I love? I love how you've chopped the nuts like when you do with baklava. It's got that really nice fine chop
That's
on it.
right.
Okay, so then we get that.
We're gonna
Ooh.
put them in. So we have the phyllo cups, right? Because baklava is made with phyllo.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna fill these, right?
gosh.
Halfway through.
Irene, this is why I love you.
Oh, I love you too, Mary.
I'm so excited right now.
You are my foodie goddess. You definitely are. So we're gonna get that right in there.
Okay, so we get those filled
Yeah,
up. Then we pop
yeah.
those in the oven. Okay.
And then.
Oh my gosh, look at this platter. Look at this.
And then we have.
Stone cold stunner. Get out of here. Come on.
butter tarts.
Okay, I'm gonna dig into one of these, but things that go well with a butter tart, a little cup of coffee.
Okay.
What are we
so
talking about now?
In Cyprus, the traditional iced coffee is frappe. So it is instant coffee. I know a lot of the coffee connoisseurs are like cringing right now.
No,
Like,
it's so good.
It is absolutely delicious. On ice. How are the butter tarts?
They're so good. Iced
so
coffee.
we're gonna do one. You can do a boozy one.
Okay.
You can do a regular one.
So the thing we need though is a cocktail shaker.
Yes.
As opposed, so even though we're not doing boozy, you need something to give it that frothy texture, right?
That's right. So what you're going to do is we're just gonna shake this baby up.
This is always fun and
And,
terrifying.
yeah,
Do you
let's-
have a cool shake face? I don't. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. Mine is like terrified it's gonna explode.
Well, that's not terrified. I've had accidents.
Listen, if you've played with fire already, shaking a cocktail maker, that's
it's
all
nothing,
good.
right, Mary?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see this. How we did. Does this come
Oh,
on?
look at that.
Right.
Do you see how frothy that is?
You know what? I'm just gonna. I better open it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting all that. Oh, this
Yeah.
looks delicious. Okay.
So you get that froth in there.
oh,
Right?
look at that.
Sorry.
No, this
Right?
is perfect.
So we're getting that froth.
Yeah. Oh my gosh,
Okay.
I'm so excited. Okay, so and you said
Okay.
in the book there's almost like a frappe bar, right?
There is,
Okay.
right? So you can add your favorite milks. I love condensed milk.
Me too.
So for me, it's always a splash of condensed milk.
For that sweet and creamy,
Yeah.
and it melts down the ice. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's what I love.
Okay, fantastic.
Okay, and then we're gonna add a little bit more water.
Okay.
And for mine, I'm gonna give it a Cyprus twist with orange blossom water.
Okay, beautiful.
This is very popular. We're just gonna add a little bit of orange blossom water, and then we're gonna do zest of an orange.
Okay,
so
here
I'll
you
let
go.
you zest that.
Let's do it like a bigger zest. Let's do it like that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Irene.
I'm just gonna stir that a little bit.
Listen, I'm gonna drink this one we already have made because
Okay.
this is TV, baby, and I am
right.
so excited.
As we say in Cypriot, Stina Yamas.
Stina Yamas.
To our health.
Oh, Stina Yamas. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Whether you're a boomer, Gen Z, or somewhere in between, my next guest is back hosting Canada's #1 game show, Battle of the Generations. Please welcome my fellow millennial, Lilly Singh. Such a delight to see you.
See, I'm such a polite person. I know you had your hands up. I'm so sorry. I just wanted to come
See,
make
this
sure
is the joy. This is
that
the
you
joy.
get seen. First of all, can I just say,
Yes, what?
I love you and I love your show.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I do. I think you do such a fantastic job.
Oh.
Isn't she amazing?
Oh my
She's
gosh,
so
really?
Truly.
Get out of here.
Your energy is one I look forward to every single time.
Oh my gosh, thank you
Yes.
so much. Well, I'm thrilled to see you back for season 2 of Battle of the
Let's go,
Generations.
baby.
Okay, so tell us a little bit more about the new season.
Okay, well, season 1, you know, I had a blast.
Yeah.
But we were figuring it out.
Yeah.
As a host, I was figuring it out. Our contestants were figuring out the rules. The audience at home was like, what are these rounds? And now it's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
The energy is bigger than ever. The stakes are bigger than ever. The set even got some upgrades.
Oh, did it?
The gameplay got some
Okay,
upgrades. But
okay.
are you ready for the biggest upgrade?
Yes.
Season 2 has a live audience.
Wow!
Yes,
I
yes.
love that.
Which is a game changer.
It really is.
For energy. I mean, look at this audience.
on.
You have one of the
Yeah.
best audiences. So, season season 1,
Yeah.
I didn't have this. It was silent.
Isn't it weird? You feel like the world's worst stand-up comedian when you don't have an audience.
Absolutely.
You do a joke and you're like, no,
Because I'm
okay.
like, I'm hilarious,
Yeah.
but no one is laughing.
Yeah.
But when you have an audience, it's like, and then the contestants, friends, and family are also in the
Oh,
audience.
that's
the emotional
amazing.
stakes are just so high.
Yeah, that's fantastic. No, something else that's new about season 2, which I love. You have an episode that's got 4 Canadian recording artists facing off in a Music Stars charity episode. What was that like?
Well, I was really adamant on doing a charitable episode because I'm a really good person.
Yeah.
But also, I was like, some of my musical friends, we have like Molly Johnson, we have Tesher, we have like, it's a really fun episode. But when you are dealing with people who are used to being on camera and used to performing, there's a little bit of tomfoolery. I'm not gonna lie, the tomfoolery goes a little higher.
Especially with Molly Johnson. If you don't know, fantastic jazz singer.
Absolutely, but a character.
She is a character.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So it was a good time, for sure.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. Well, there's another huge congratulations in order because you became a part owner of the Toronto Tempo, the very first WNBA team outside of the U.S.
Let's go.
Okay, so how did this come about? Tell me more.
I want you to know I'm throwing up in my mouth because honestly, truly, a dream come true.
Yeah.
A huge basketball fan.
Yeah.
There's nothing I love more than Toronto and basketball, except one thing, women.
Yes.
And so
Yeah.
when I found out that Canada and Toronto were getting a WNBA team, as a fan, I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
When I got the call to have a conversation around being a part owner, I was unwell.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. This is amazing. And so they tasked me with being like, what do you want to do with the team beyond being an owner? And I thought, wow, it's hard to say. I should have picked another title. Chief Hype Officer.
CHO.
Cho, baby.
Cho.
The Cho,
Yes.
baby. Because I'm a very energetic person.
Yeah.
Shocker.
Yeah.
I'm a very energetic person. And so it's my job to just lead the chants, make sure those games are hype, make sure I bring cool people to the games, make sure everyone on this planet knows that Canada and Toronto has the best WNBA team, Toronto Tempo, and that is my job.
Yes,
I take it
please.
very seriously. In fact,
Yes.
you seem like you have a pretty high production budget. Do any of these cameras have a zoom?
Oh, do we have a zoom in? What are we doing?
Can you zoom? You can,
Oh, over here.
sir,
We got-
you can zoom.
Yeah,
Look
we
at
got
these nails.
Connor.
Can you get these nails real quickly?
Oh, wait,
Can you
do
get
we
them the
got it?
nails?
What's going on these nails?
Oh, it's a whole situation.
Oh my gosh, what's going on?
We didn't come here to play. Now, how good is your zoom? Because there's a Toronto Tempo logo
Oh!
on my nails.
Yes, there is. Connor, everybody. Nicely done. We love that.
I know an impromptu zoom is not a camera op's favor, but you did well. You did well.
Now, I need to talk about you being the CHO, the Cho.
The Cho. Chief Hype
Officer.
Rolls off the tongue.
Really, really easy to say. But I think you've always been that. Back since 2010, when you joined YouTube, which is wild because it's celebrating its 20th anniversary this year.
Yes.
You've always been someone who's super encouraging to your audience. You relate so well to them. So did this just kind of feel like a natural progression in your career from being a host of a game show to being the CHO?
Yeah, well, first of all, let me commend you on that transition you just did
Thank you
because
so
it was an
much.
amazing
Thank you so
transition.
much.
You're
Thank
so
you.
good at
No
your
big
job.
deal. Yeah.
So good at your job.
Yeah.
From my YouTube days to now, I feel like that's kind of been inconsistent. YouTube I love as a platform. I mean, I started there obviously in 2010, and I love to pave the path and encourage newer creators because it's changed my life, and I want to do whatever I can to pave the path.
That's amazing. Lily, I'm so honored and thrilled that you came back to chat with us.
I'm honored and thrilled. I broke in here. They weren't going to let me in, and I was like, I am gumming on this show.
100%, every time.
Yeah.
Every time. But just like last time, we played a little game of Pictionary.
I do recall.
Pretty rad version. Neither of us got anything right.
I recall us doing horribly.
We did so bad. So do you want to do a rematch?
Absolutely.
Okay, stick around after the break. We're going to be doing some Pictionary. We're going to do it. We are back with Battle of the Generations host Lilly Singh, and it is time to play our second round of Pictionary. Now, Lily and I are facing off against each other, but we needed some teammates. So from our audience, please welcome Tracy and Kathleen. Yes. Tracy and I, Team Red. Team Red, what's your team name?
Team Win?
Okay, there you go. That was a better name. That was a better name.
I have no skill whatsoever.
We're already off to a great start. Okay, we've got 30 seconds to draw and guess the clues. And as a little bit of a nod to Lily hosting Battle of the Generations, all the clues are generation themed, okay? So it's a little bit of a guess a genre. All right, Lily, you're gonna be going first. So pick a clue.
Okay. And then I draw her.
You got it, yeah, and then you have to draw her.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. Okay, there you go.
Okay,
Mind
you got me
melt,
on
mind
this
melt.
one.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
Here we go.
Grab your marker.
Yes.
And in 3, 2, 1, 30 seconds on the clock, go! Okay.
Box, TV, cassette, like, player, film, video, film, music, disc, CD. No. Recorder, turn.
I'm helping.
I don't know. Maybe this is not my generation.
7 seconds left!
Wheel, cassette, recorder, player, cassette player.
Wait, did you get it at the very end? What did you say?
Cassette player.
Cassette tape.
Oh!
I was going for
You know what? I'm gonna give it. She said cassette, which I feel like was the
And
answer.
I did want to pause and ask about the rules, but I decided not
no,
to. But that was really good.
That was excellent. Fantastic job. All right, I am next.
Okay.
Lily, this was really good.
Thank you so
As
much.
soon as you started, I was like, TV, and I was like, oh, it's a tape.
Thank you.
It's a tape. That was
All right.
sick. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
My turn. Let's grab one. I'm really scared. Oh. Okay. 30 seconds on the clock. Time starts now. Okay. Done. Okay.
Okay. TV. Oh. Record player.
Right? Guys, that was pretty good.
I pointed out that you didn't know, but this one line did it for you. This single line.
She was like,
Don't know.
It's 3D now.
Fantastic.
That was a thrill.
Incredible.
That was a thrill.
Incredible.
Okay. All right, Kathleen, you are up next. I will flip your page.
Maybe we got this.
I feel like Kathleen is going to really crush. I feel like you were underselling your skills.
Yep, here we go.
Oh, no, she does. Looks disappointed in her clue. All right, 30 seconds on the clock, and go, Kathleen.
Give it to me, baby. Let's go.
Okay.
Square, box, a pole in a box, and a shoe, and a belly button on the side.
Belly button.
And a hand massage.
Oh.
A sign.
Okay.
What?
Oh.
A person holding a sign. An arrow pointing to a hand holding a sign. What is? What? A sign. Protest. What is it?
Oh, that's a good one.
Garage sale. A phone. A phone. Book. A phone. Hand. A phone.
Oh, we're out of time.
What is it?
Selfie stick.
What? I thought that was a protest as well.
You know what? Now that I see it, it is so selfie.
It is so selfie stand. Honestly, really good. Is this a phone?
That was a phone. 'Cause I was trying to point that this was.
Oh, nice. I like that.
It's
That's
not
really
fair,
good.
though, because every boomer here was like, duh.
Yeah.
I just used my arm.
Yeah. 0.5, baby.
Good job, good
All
job,
right,
good
Tracy,
job.
you are up. This
Okay.
is going to be the tiebreaker if we can get this. Take a look at your clue. Take a look at your clue. Team Red, go team.
Come on, come
Not
on.
looking.
Come on, here we go.
Okay, 30 seconds on the clock and go. Okay, cookie, chocolate chip cookie, phone receiver, space, money, change, cat, and ampersand, bug, 8 seconds, oh no! What? A bank machine, a cookie. Oh no, what is it?
It was a disco ball.
Oh! Okay, now I see the music note. Honestly, that was nicely done. That was nicely done. Listen, here on the good stuff, we're all winners. That was a great time. Thank you so much. Lily, we beat our record. We got a couple. We got a couple.
Slightly better.
Slightly better. Huge congrats again on Battle of the
you so much.
Generations.
Appreciate
Don't
it.
miss season 2, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. on CTV. That is our show for today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.